Hey everyone, welcome back guys, Excalibur here, and in this video we're going to discuss the new hero that was added to the game. So I'm not going to discuss like the base version, we're going to discuss the Transcendence version. And we are talking about our boy Norton Haig. I built him. I have seen that his abilities are great. They are really great. So, what is he famous for? After I read the description of his abilities, that he can inflict a lot of debuffs on enemy team, and he have great potential to be a damage dealer. So, in this video, let's see what can he fit in. Okay? So he is a warrior and he's really awesome. So I don't really remember which faction he's from. He's a shadow warrior. And if you don't know, warriors have a great tendency to be damage dealers. They can deal a lot of damage and they can go after the whole enemy team. So fortunately, he's like a part damage dealer, part support hero. You can use him in both ways, but let's go and discuss his abilities. So yeah, it's a very long description of his abilities, but let's just go over it and let me tell you what he can do. Basically, he can debuff the enemy team's healing effect. So when he does an active, he deals damage to all enemies, which is really amazing. That's a great start. So if you have like a giant killer, if you have a great copy for him, he can do some tons of damage, but it's only like one hit. He is like Aspen. He attacks the whole enemy team, but it's just one tap. And this is the good stuff, reduces their damage reduction by 6%. And here is the kicker, the speed by 35 for 3 rounds, which is really awesome in most of modes, especially in Void campaign. That speed debuff can really make it matter for your team, because later in Void Vortex and Void campaign, the heroes in the enemy team is very fast. And to have an ability like this to slow down the enemy team by 35 is really awesome. And also he will reduce the damage reduction. And when he releases an active, for every one active he does, he will release Undercurrent. And that's another debuff. So Undercurrent, basically he will reduce the enemy team's effect of being healed by 10%, and it's stackable up to 4 layers. So damage reduction, effect of being healed, and also speed. Amazing, right? So when he inflicts the Undercurrent, when he does an active, he restores HP equal to this amount of attack for one ally randomly. So that's really great. Can be triggered up to 6 times in a single round, so that's a healing for the whole team. And this makes him so far better as a support hero more than a damage dealer. If self-inflicts Undercurrent, which again is reducing the effect of being healed by 10%, for 8 times, when he does it for 8 times in total, he additionally removes Undercurrent from all enemies, and he reduces their damage reduction by 6% for 2 rounds. Okay, so when he does it for like 8 times on the enemy team, he will remove it, and he will just reduce their damage reduction by 6% for 2 rounds. Afterwards, he will deal damage equal to 12% of max HP, of the target's max HP, to all enemies, which is good. But hear me out. If you want to use him as a damage dealer, you need to have tons of attack on him so he can be effective. Okay, so far, what I can see from his active skill, he does a lot of debuffs on the enemy team, and he heals your whole team by like each round going by. And this undercurrent is stackable, which is really great. So he will keep stacking the effect of being healed by 10% for, it will be like 40% effect of being healed will be removed from the enemy team. Okay, so after he reduces this, after he like used the undercurrent for 8 times, then he will basically use another skill, which is spraying water jets for 2 rounds. What is this? It reduces the target's effect of being healed by 60% for 2 rounds, though the enemy team cannot heal. It's like the healing curse of Amon-Ra, but this one on steroids. This one is really buffed. Okay, and then count for undercurrent will be reset. Yeah, so you get like 8 rounds, 8 times with the rounds going by for undercurrent, and once you reach that limit of 8 times in total, he will start, using the spraying water jets, which is basically another effect of being healed being reduced. It's really, so far, I find him as a support hero, to be honest. Unless you are using him like full-on build, which I'm going to try in another video just to test what he can really do. But so far, he's going to be a great support hero. I'm thinking about replacing Elamak for him for about a few tests, and let's see what's going to happen. And already Rake uploaded a video with an S copy for him, which is really, yeah, he's a whale. And if you want to check Rake's channel, you will find it down below. And also, he's a member of my Discord server. If you want, you can join us and have fun. Okay, so this is the active, basically, will deal damage to the whole enemy team. Reduce their damage reduction 6%, speed by 35 for 3 rounds. He will inflict undercurrent. For like, once he reaches like 8 times, he will inflict spraying water jets. All of these skills basically are just reducing the effect of being healed by different percentages, which is really great. So he can be really awesome in broken spaces as a support hero, and in Void campaign as well for that speed reduction. Alright, so first passive, which is Chant Ambition of Dark Tides. Yeah, whatever. So this is a passive skill, changes the basic attack to dealing damage to frontline enemies while dealing damage to the target with undercurrent. There is a 40% chance to stun. Another amazing skill. So this is another reason to use him as a support hero. For 2 rounds and a 50% chance to additionally inflict 1 layer of undercurrent on them. And he will restore self HP by this amount of attack, and increase self attack by 6% and dodge by 6% for 3 rounds, which is really amazing. That's really great skill. So he can stun and he can restore HP, attack, and also dodge. And we see this conflict of him being used as a damage dealer / support. So this is like going forward to being like an attack hero. I find him similar to Elamak a little bit with the stun and like the buffs and debuffs. He is similar to Elamak, but this passive skill is really great. It's not bad, really awesome with the stun and all that good buff, that like HP, attack, and the dodge, which is really great. Now we check the second one, which is the Overturn of Dark Depth. So, when an enemy receives effect of being healed, he will deal damage to the enemy, and extra effect will be inflicted based on the target's status. Yeah, another reason to use him as a damage dealer and a support as well, which is really strange. But I'm rooting more for a support rather than a damage dealer, unless you have like an A minus copy or an S copy with giant killer, you know, with good offensive status and a great copy. So he will do this passive if the target has undercurrent. For every 1 layer of undercurrent owned by the target, he will deal damage equal to 1% of their max HP, which is not that great. If the targets have spraying water jets, he will deal damage equal to 10% of max HP, which again, it's not that great of damage. Then there is a 40% chance to stun the target for 2 rounds and a 50% chance to inflict 1 layer of undercurrent on the target. Again, this is similar to passive number 1. Yeah, nothing new here, just a stun and the undercurrent. And basically, he is he's similar to Amora, the healing curse. And the last passive, it's a very, very, very long one, but let's just go over it. We already know like the undercurrent and the stun, and yeah, but we here see like a few new like skills. So the arcane waves, which is the last passive, when an ally receives effect of being healed, additionally grants the ally howling waves. Okay, so what are howling waves? We will when an owner releases active skill or basic attack next time, deals extra damage equal to 6.5 of their target's max HP. And a shield. Yeah, he's similar to Elamak. Equal to 200% of attack. And we have a new skill, which is the swirling waves. Not stackable like the howling waves. Increase the owner's damage reduction by 30%. And becomes invalid after taking damage from active skills or basic attacks 1 time. Afterwards, King of Abysmal Sear Norton Haig deals damage to the attacker with a 45% chance to stun them for 2 rounds. Again, I see him as a support offensive defensive hero. So there is nothing here like screaming like I can destroy everything. Like look at Aspen, when he does an active, he would just destroy everything with the Demon King's might, and he just goes and destroys the whole freaking team. But him, I see like there is potential for a good attack, but mostly his skills are great as a support hero. That's what I'm rooting for. And for the build, to be honest, he's a brand new hero for me, so I didn't really try anything, but I would say that you can use tons of artifacts on him. There is a lot of options, to be honest. So if you go to the gallery, from here, if you can use like the Demon Bell for a PvE like lineup, but the first one comes to mind is the Golden Crown. Attack HP, all damage reduction, so he can be alive and keep stacking these undercurrent skill with the other skill. What was it called? That's this other one. Yeah, the water jets one. So he can just keep reducing the enemy team's effect being healed, so they can't heal, so they get killed faster. And also, yeah, this one is good if you are an old school one. This one also have potential. So melodic strings, hear me out. So melodic strings basically gives you energy and attack, and at the beginning of each round he will get like damage. So you can try this one out if you want him to go and just do the active quick. Okay. And yeah, for the stun, yeah, this one is ancient, but I don't really know. Ruby Scepter. Yeah, I'm not going to use it, but we have like a crown, we have melodic if you want that active skill, and the new artifacts works as well. So a gilded purple fan, elusive mirror, which is another one, which is really awesome for the Sacred Realm of Illusions. So at the end of each round, he will restore all allies 15% of energy at the increase all damage dealt. So yeah, the elusive mirror works really great. I think this one is like the best one so far that I'm going to choose, besides the crown for extra protection and the gilded purple fan as well, which is like a mix like defense, offense, all damage dealt, and crit damage reduction. It's the good of both ways. This one also works, the Auspicious Lucky Cat. To be honest, I don't think that most people have this one yet. Like, this is like a beginner-friendly build, but I don't know who really a beginner will build like Norton Haig. But so far, the mirror and the crown and the gilded purple fan works fine. You can test it with this, you can test it with like the melodic strings. Either artifact works, really nothing really special here. The new artifacts, I didn't test any of these, so I can't really give any advice on these new artifacts. Maybe in the future I can borrow an account and start testing these artifacts, but for now, yeah, there's really nothing here except for these artifacts. As for the build of the gear, you're going to need like a 3-star resonance gear for him, which is like the maximum you can get for a hero. If you have it unlocked in the Void campaign, of course. The stone, yeah, I would run him with like speed HP, attack HP, attack block, you know, anything defensive or semi-offensive like speed attack, speed HP. It will work fine. I'm not going to test him in this video because he's still a brand new build, so I'm going to test him in the next video. This is just the, you know, we're going to chatting just about his skills. Yeah, you can go like enables something like this, which is like the mid ground, or you can go like full support mode with defensive speedy build, or you can go like, if you want him to survive more, you can go like vitality. But I just use like the best of both worlds. I go with growth, so that's it. Yeah, with the enables, the imprints, I would choose like damage reduction, maybe block and armor for a support hero build. If you're building him for defense, for offense, sorry, as a damage dealer, crit damage, holy damage maybe, or maybe something like I don't know, yeah, holy damage will work for now. As for the skills, so far I would say that you're going to need this one sublimed, yeah, his skills are good, but yeah, we will see this in the next video, guys. But these are the skills that he have right now. I see a great potential for this hero to be used as a support hero more than a damage dealer, unless you have an S copy or SSS copy or A- at least, with giant killer to just test how far he can do damage. And I'm going to be testing him in the next video. I'm going to replace Elimac for a little bit. I'm not going to like destroy Elimac forever. But yeah, so that would be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. If you do, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So peace out.